Well, here we are again up in Scotland. We're testing the new Christensen Arms Ranger, super lightweight and compact carbon fibre wrap rimfire in 2-2 rimfire. It's only 5 pounds 2 ounces in weight, which is super light due to the carbon fibre stock and carbon wrap barrel. You have an overall length of 36.25 inches, with the actual barrel itself being 18 inches. As we said, it's carbon wrapped. We'll go through that in a little bit more detail when we actually do the full testing. You have a 1/2 inch UNEF thread, so you can fit a sound moderator. We've got an RCC moderator here, which is working very, very well. The action itself has a full-length Picatinny rail, so you can use a thermal device or night vision. Again, very, very universal and very useful. You have twin extractors on the bolt, so very reliable. It's quite skinny bolt handle, but an oversized tactical bolt, so very smooth, reliable. Christensen Arms gone a bit very clever actually. They actually use a 1022 universal 10-shot rotary magazine, so everyone has one of these. If you don't, they're very cheap, and you can fit, you know, a 25-shot mag if you want to, a 10-shot. You know, very, very universal and reliable if you keep them clean. I also like the trigger. It's a Trigger Tech Field, so compatible with any Remington 700 hookup. It's adjustable from I think £2 to £5, and because Trigger Tech use a roller system in their the sears, there's no creep whatsoever. Very, very nice. It's a carbon fibre stock, super lightweight, tough, very, very, well, almost ambidextrous in use. And I've got to say, very, very nice to use out in the field. We fitted a Meopta Optic 5 1-inch tube scope for testing. We've got Tacticam fitted, so we're after hooded crows. We have one already because it's lambing time here in Scotland, and hooded crows do cause a lot of trouble with the newborn lambs. So anyway, that's enough of that. We'll go off and test it in the field and see how she shoots. Well, hi, we're up in Scotland today and we're testing the new Christensen Arms Ranger 2-2 carbon fibre wrap barrel rimfire. And today we're going to be shooting a selection of subsonics, HVs and reduced loads at 30 yards on target to get a nice group. We'll zero it in. I've got a Tacticam fitted here, so hopefully we'll have some picture-in-picture of the actual groups that are being shot at the same time as I'm recording this. And then we'll set up some still silhouette targets of crows and rabbits at progressively longer ranges, 50, 75, even 100 yards, and we'll see how she performs today. Okay, let's get cracking. The first group we're going to shoot is with the normal subsonics. They're a 40 grain bullet hollow point, and we'll see how that shoots. .810. Yeah, it's quite a slow round that, but very, very subsonic, very nice. .813. Oh, 899, that's quite high. They're normally quite consistent. That was a little bit of an outlier, but the shots are still in the group. Back to 828, and the last shot. That's 894. 894. As you expect, at 30 yards of practically all shots touching, which is very, very nice. Slightly biased to the left, that's just my zeroing in. Well, that's the normal subsonics to start with, very nice. The next subsonic round we're going to test is the Ely subsonic hollow point. They're one of my favourite, they're always very consistently accurate. And what you notice about this Christensen Arms rimfire is they use the generic Ruger 1022 magazine, which is a very clever idea because I think most shooters will have at least a couple of these magazines in their wardrobe, or gun and kit, should I say. And so they're reliable. They're a 10-shot rotary magazine. I'm just doing 5-shot groups today, but it makes the this rifle particularly useful and universal. And the magazines are cheap as well, let's be honest with you. Switch on the Tacticam. Oh yeah, 981, so that's as expected. That's 1043, that's a little erratic. 1003. 999.6. Last round. 995. Well, I might have to eat my words there. That was probably not very good group at all, really. That was about an inch at 30 yards. Well, that's unusual for the Ely. But they are. That's why we test these things. You've got to, you know, prove how these rifle shoots out in the field. Next, we're going to be looking at the new CCI suppressor rounds. They are really nice round. These are heavier bullet. Normally subsonics are around 40 grains bullet weight. These use a 45 grain hollow point lead bullet, and I found these to be very accurate and very deadly out to, well, even out to 100 yards if you get the trajectory right. Yeah, very nice. Let's see how these shoot now. Nine to 8. That's quite a good velocity, and that was bang through the centre. So oh, and a ricochet there. That's it. Oh, that's 932. That is one of the problems with slightly heavier rounds. You may get a few more ricochets. So bear that in mind. Nine, 3, 3. Nine, 3, 1, 3, 1. Final shot. Oh, okay, we only had 4 rounds there. Sorry about that. Next up are the Winchester 42 grain max, again slightly heavier bullets, hollow point designed for small game and vermin. So again, let's shoot at 30 yards and see how they perform. Oh. Error. Error. It's not quite going. There you go, 1005. Wasn't quite shooting over the chronograph properly. 1002. 1024. That's a very nice consistent round. Yeah, good all rounder those for vermin control. Right, well those are the subsonic rounds, and as you can see, yeah, not too bad. I was surprised the Elys didn't shoot very well. They're normally very good. Norma's fantastic, nice little half-inch groups, very good. As were the Winchester 42s and the CCI 45 grain suppressors. Hopefully, I was a little bit shaky today. I hope we'll shrink those down a bit, but I'm going to stick to normals and subsonics, and we'll do some testing at longer range, like we said, and see how they shoot in the silhouettes. But I'll also be now testing some of the HV and the lead-free, see how they get on. Yeah, another high velocity round is the Federal 31 grain copper clad hollow points, and we'll see how they shoot now. Obviously a little bit noisier, but not too bad actually. Yeah, that's a nice little 1/2 inch cluster actually, 3 almost for the same heights. Yeah, very consistent, very nice. Yeah, finally we're going to look at the some of the new lead-free Norma Eco Power, and that's a 24 grain well, tin bullet. So we'll see. I've had mixed results of these, I'll be honest with you. They shoot quite well in my Seiko Finfire, and sometimes, some days they work well, sometimes they don't. So let's just see how they work in the Christensen Arms. It might surprise us all, you never know. One, 3, 5. One, 1, 9, 6. 1, 3, 3, 2. Yeah, quite erratic, and it's. Well, 1, 3, 8, 4. Last round. 1, 3, 7, 5. That's over an inch at 30 yards. So, you know, up to you really. That's the results. Right, well, we're all zeroed in now at 30 yards with the Norma Subsonics. They're the most accurate on test, and we're going to shoot a series of steel silhouettes, crows and rabbits, at 30, 50, 75 and 100. And we'll see, I'm using this Meopta here, fantastic little scope with a range-finding Stadia type reticule, and we'll, this is part of the test as well, so we'll see how, or what Stadia I need to use to compensate for the bullet drop at different ranges. So first up the 30 yards, which should be bang on. Yep, 2 headshots, no problem. Let's go to the 50 yards, change the parallax. This is now a rabbit target. Nice. So next shot. No, next shot's that's just dropping about 1/2 inch from a 30 yard zero. Now we'll go to 75 yards. This Meopta's got a very nice fine side parallax, really very good to getting it really in focus. Here I'm going to use the first Stadia down, and that should give us a point of impact on the crow at 75. Yep. Bang on the first Stadia down, and again, really impressive. Now we'll go for the 100 yard shot, and we'll use the second Stadia down. Hope you can hear that on the camera. It's a body shot. Another body shot. I'm aiming at the head with the second Stadia down, and we're just going into the body. Yeah, I mean that's pretty impressive, really. Both the rifle and the scope. Realistically, I wouldn't have a problem shooting rabbit at 100 yards. I mean, I keep it below that, to be honest with you. 75 yards is good enough for me. I like actually stalking in close. That's half the fun of it, to be honest with you. Normally I'd zero at 50. It gives you a better trajectory drop at the different ranges, but today we're zeroed at 30, and hopefully you'll see in the video how the different compensation on the Meopta's reticule changes your point of impact, so you can actually hit rabbits or vermin, crows, etc. out to 100 yards. Right, well, here's a really nice lightweight sporting and rimfire rifle from Christensen Arms. This is a new Ranger model. It's available in a 2.2 rimfire, which you have today, or 17 HMR or 2.2 Winchester Magnum. You've got an overall length of 36.25 inches, and it only weighs £4 12 ounces. That's due to the carbon fibre composite stock and the carbon wrapped barrel, making it, and the aluminium action as well. Very, very lightweight, and even with the scope, which is reasonably heavy, and the RCC sound moderator, it makes a very, very trim and lightweight little rabbit gun. The barrel is 18 inches, it's stainless steel, and as I said, it's carbon fibre wrapped, and it's attentioned at the front on the back, so that's giving you a nice consistency on the accuracy for all the ammunition we tested, and you'll see that later. Well, you saw that earlier on when we tested it in Scotland on steel silhouettes and on the targets. Let's look at the stock. The stock is, as I said, it's a carbon fibre composite. It has a moulded in black colour with nice spider web grey or silver, which is particularly nice. It's a kind of semi-tactical design. I actually quite like it. There's no checkering on it. It has a smooth but reasonably broad fore end with just enough lip there to give a nice hold. Very open rake here on the pistol grip, and twin moulded in palm swell, so it's very, very nice and easy to use out in the field, and it's actually very ambidextrous too, because you have these scallops here for your thumb or your top of your palm, and it's very easy to use left or right handed. The cheek piece is very flat, or the comb is very flat and straight, a little bit low perhaps on some high mounted scopes, but I have no problem. I've got quite a long face. So overall length of pull on the stock is 13.75 inches, which is a little short for me. I've got quite long hands, but you can add spacers if you want to. They're available as an optional extra. If you're shooting off a bipod, you can do so, or fit a sling, because you've got QD's sling swivel studs here, and off a bipod you actually got the rear hook, so you can actually use your supporting hand here to actually give steady up the rifle very nicely. Looking at the action, say it's an aluminium action, very, very lightweight. You have a one-piece Picatinny rail, which is very, very nice. Lots of slots there, so you can add any type of scope, mounting system here, night vision, thermal, all in the range obviously. Action wise as well, on the bolt you have an 80-degree bolt lift here with a very, very slim, and Christensen Arms tend to do this, especially on their centerfire rifles. Very, very slender bolt handle and a small bolt knob. You know, some people may balk at that. It makes absolutely no difference at all. It's very, very easy to use. I suppose it keeps the weight down. And they've shaved a bit of weight here on the bolt shroud as well, which is equally thin. The bolt itself has a very sort of flat profile to top edge where the firing pin is situated. It has a fast lock time, very good for accuracy as we've seen, and twin extractor claws, so we had no problem feeding anything through this rifle. You know, even some of the little shorter CB longs fed and shot very, very well. Trigger wise, you have the really excellent Trigger Tech trigger fitted here. I have these as aftermarket triggers on several of my rifles. Very, very nice and precise, really, really good. And this model is adjustable from 2.25 pounds to £5, and when we tested this it was £2 and 13 ounces, so a good sensible weight out in the field. You've got quite a big gap here on the trigger guard. I find it's a little bit ugly, but it's there because if you've got a gloved hand, there's lots of easy access, and say the pull is absolutely sublime. Safety is just your simple side mounted, back for safe, bolt is still operational, but the trigger won't fire. Forward, you can actually push down on it, it makes it silent. It's very, very nice. One feature that they have used, which is really, really good and really sensible, is Haruga compatible 10-shot rotary magazine. So we've all got loads of these Ruger magazines in our collections, I'm sure you have, and they're cheap and easy to buy. You can also fit, you know, 10, 15, 20-shot banana mags if you want to, but very, very nice. It fits in very easily, and it's very, very easy to remove with that long extended release catch there. No, very, very nice. Overall, I think it's a very, very lightweight. It was accurate with most of the loads we tested, and we shot quite a few rabbits with it as well. And when we were out lambing up in Scotland, we had the Curse of the Hoodoo Crows, and it accounts for quite a few of those as well. So another nice interesting rifle here from Christensen Arms.